Hello guys and welcome back once again to the channel, and today's video is gonna be different from usual. It's unfortunate that Barcelona failed to qualify for a round of 16 in Champions League this season, but still the excitement is still intact because Champions League never fails to deliver and we have many exciting games to look ahead, and one of them which has been on front pages of every newspaper since it has been drawn. And yes, we are going to preview the most awaited clash of the season, which is indeed gonna be between Paris Saint-Germain and Real Madrid, where our very own Leo Messi will face his arch rivals. So talking about this massive clash from last 16, which is of course will be played in two legs, and the very first leg game where Paris Saint-Germain are set to host Real Madrid at Parc des Princes. It's gonna be a huge and very exciting clash because whenever these two teams have met in the past, the games are always have been very thrilling. But this time, there are many certain reasons why it's gonna be the face-off of the season, because there have been a lot of changes in the team since they had met last time. And of course, starting with the highlight of this clash, which is of course that Leo Messi is set to play against Real Madrid, but this time of course he would be in different colors rather than of those Barcelona's or Blaugrana's colors. And also Real Madrid will be meeting the duo of Neymar and Messi again, and which is what's certainly making Barca fans really excited for this epic clash. Not only Barca fans, but certain Real fans will also be excited to see their most successful captain Sergio Ramos, but this time he would be playing against them, and I can really feel Real fans because to watch legend of your club playing against your side is gonna be really hell lot of weird. And well, now talking about the forms of the both teams, currently both the teams are in good form. PSG are comfortably sitting at the top in Liga 1, whereas Real Madrid are also been able to hold that top spot in La Liga. Both the teams have been in good form in their respective leagues, and also in Champions League matches, both have performed quite well this season, where Real Madrid finished their group matches being at the top, whereas PSG finished their group matches being at the second place just behind Manchester City. And now talking about PSG, who are currently miles ahead in Liga 1 from the second spot team Marseille. But this is just one side of the story, because PSG, though been at the top, even though having some of the best players in the squad, they have really struggled this season to get wins. In the big game against big teams, they have really struggled to score and defend. I think their best game was against Manchester City, where they beat them at the Parc des Princes. And apart from that, PSG have often quite underperformed. And of course, the kind of players they have, the quality of the squad they have, you would always have high expectations from such side. But Pochettino, I think, still has not able to figure out how to utilize this squad. Pochettino is yet to find a proper structure for this team, and that put a lot of question on PSG's side, because even with having such quality players in this squad, they have struggled. They have struggled to score, they have struggled to defend, especially through their midfield. And also looking onto their offensive side, which should be their strength, but lately PSG have been often lacked in creativity. They have been often lacking in creating those chances, and the best example would be their match against Rennes, which was the last match where they got a victory in very dying minutes where Leo Messi assisted Kylian Mbappe's goal. The whole game looked really flat and PSG was really struggling to influence the game, and that's why if they played such game against Real Madrid, boy, there is no chance they are gonna make it up to the top. And from PSG's perspective, right now Real Madrid is one of the toughest opponent to face in last 16 of this Champions League. PSG will have to perform as a unit if they need to win this game. They need a structure to beat that press of Real Madrid, and more importantly, have to keep the ball, because if they don't dominate the possession, the midfield of Real Madrid is surely gonna eat you alive. Because without the ball, PSG is really pathetic to watch. There is no proper system in which they regain the ball very quickly, and that's why in this match, if you don't regain the ball quickly, Real Madrid are really gonna hurt you with their quick transitional attacking football. But also Real Madrid do have their own defensive issues quite lately. Like due to Real Madrid's high pressing gameplay, they often leave acres of space wide open behind them, and certainly PSG could take advantage of it, and by using Mbappe's pace and quick passing football, they can really exploit those spaces and could really hurt Real Madrid on those counter attacks. And also, if somehow, I'm not so sure, if PSG is able to beat that press from Real Madrid, PSG do have a lot of quality players like Messi and Verratti who can release Mbappe by their through balls and also can carry the ball ahead very swiftly. Now on the other side, from Real Madrid's perspective, it's a very tough job to face PSG due to their unpredictability, because you certainly don't know which PSG side would show you up in this match. But considering this is the first leg of the game, which would be home game for PSG, Real Madrid simply cannot take this game lightly. In Champions League at the home, PSG have produced some amazing performances in front of their fans. And now talking about Real Madrid, who started the season quite really good under Carlos Ancelotti, who have brought back that free-flowing attacking football back to the side. They have already scored 47 goals so far in just 22 games in this season. But still, this is just one side of the story, as I say. Because in a manner they have given the chances to the opposition throughout the season, at the other end, it almost seems like a trade-off. Despite their dominance in front of the goal, they have been really struggling off the ball. The game against Athletic Bilbao in Copa del Rey quarter-finals exposed a lot of weaknesses of this Real Madrid side, and also in the game of La Liga against Granada, it also showed without Benzema they really struggled to score goals because they were really struggling against Granada to make any influence in the game. The best probable reason for this dip in form would be due to that reduced intensity in the games and the lack of squad depth. Because Ancelotti is someone who loves to play an aggressive game. Winning the ball back, progression, creating chances, defending, everything depends on the aggression from the team from minute 1. So that's why probably they started this season really well, but the trouble started when the intensity of his squad started to fall off. And it could be due to many different reasons, be it squad depth or fatigue due to the schedules. But there is one thing for sure, that one can easily see that dip in form in their performances. But even though Real Madrid will have a lot of options tactically to exploit this PSG side, first one would be to stretch the pitch as wide as possible, because you know that front three of PSG won't defend, they won't track back, and that's why this leaves your wide spaces, especially your wingers, let's say like Vinicius and Rodrigo, in those 1v1 situation in which they are really good. So overall, both these sides have almost the similar strength, which is to lead the attack. So I think it would be quite an open game. And now coming on to that head-to-head record where both of these clubs have faced each other on 6 different occasions in Champions League, where PSG have managed to get just single victory, and whereas Real Madrid have won 3 out of those 6 games and 2 of them have been drawn. But in these 6 games, a total of 15 goals have been scored, so it's really evident that whenever these two sides have met, there always have been a lot of goals. And now coming on to those predicted lineups, I think PSG would certainly go with their 4-3-3 formation with Donnarumma back in the goal, with 4-man defense of Hakimi, Marquinhos, Kimpembe and Nuno Mendes, and in midfield they will have Verratti, Idrissa Gana Gueye and Andrea Herrera. And in front three, even though Neymar is back in the squad, I think he won't be directly starting into this game. He will come later on the match as a substitute, and that's why the front three of PSG would be of Di Maria, Mbappe and of course Leo Messi. And on the other side, Real Madrid will also line up with their usual 4-3-3 formation as well, with Courtois in goal, with David Alaba, Eder Militao and Carvalho at the backline, with the evergreen midfield of Kroos, Casemiro and Modric, and the front three would be of Vinicius Jr. at that left wing, striker would be Benzema, who would be back in the squad after that injury, and at the right wing it would be Asensio, who would start this game. So of course the type of player each of the side have this time, the game would always gonna be very interesting to watch, and you certainly can expect a lot of goal itself in the first leg. So my prediction for this first leg would be a 2-2 draw, even though currently from my perspective, Real Madrid seems to have more experienced and better squad on paper right now, but still, one simply cannot deny the threat of M&M, and simply on their day, they could destroy any team, and simply can prove to be unstoppable. But still, I guess it would be a 2-2 draw in the first leg, and the result would be decided later on in that second leg on 10th of March at Santiago Bernabeu, where Real Madrid will host PSG. So ultimately, this game is gonna be like an early final. Two great teams, two great clubs, and with a lot of things on stake, where PSG, who possibly playing with one of their strongest squad on paper against such experienced and hungry Real Madrid side, this game is simply gonna be a game that football fan cannot afford to miss it. So that's it for today guys. Do let me know your thoughts ahead of this massive clash from Champions League round of 16. Do let me know your score predictions and all in the comments down below. And as usual, do like and share this video and subscribe the channel. And as usual, I'll be meeting you soon with more new content very soon.